Hello, we've had amazing 2 drives in the wilds of South Africa and Kenya. This is Safari Catch Up.
We got a male, yeah? Oh, no, this doesn't look like tortoise pan. Everybody, this doesn't look like tortoise pan. I'm not too sure who this is, but it's another male leopard here on the cut line. But yeah, nice to have a leopard this morning. Oh, is he going to lie down on there for us? He's going to pose. Oh, look at that. Isn't that now magnifique? Look at that. Oh my word. Boom, shakalaka, one time. This is this is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Maybe it could be the Nottens male. Very possible. I'm not too sure. Very possible it could be the Nottens male. So, yeah, very risky for this boy to be around this side. He's in the territory of another male called tortoise pan. And being around this side, yeah, if that tortoise pan comes across him, it could be a big problem. He's coming from the north and he's coming south, so I wonder if he's not going to start moving further south. He might end up going back into Mala. Oh, it is a Nottens male. Thanks, Shreyas. It is a Nottens male. All right, I really appreciate it so much for that ID. Wow, this is absolutely brilliant.
We are out and about with some spider webs here in Amakhala Game Reserve. There's more than one species. I don't know which one creates this knot of web, but it's around the sweet-thorn acacia. The OG pioneers of the world, the spider webs. If you have arachnophobia, it'd be quite difficult to come out and about in the misty mornings of the bush, because the spider webs are made visible all over the place. Essentially, they are setting out their fishing line nets all over the place to catch an assortment of insects. Often spiders will have laid eggs on a tree or on a bush, and when those eggs hatch, thousands of little babies set out a bit of web that flies up above them, and it causes a bit of a ballooning effect, or a kite, and the wind picks up that balloon or kite and pulls them away. They then fly quite some distance, or maybe not that far, before landing in a suitable spot and then creating their web. Many different assortments.
Yeah, these lions, or lionesses rather, are moving, and no doubt they're looking for some prey. And anytime you see cats, cheetahs and lions, and sometimes leopards, walk, climb a termite mound, look around left, right, definitely they are looking for prey. Now, this is the marsh pride for those of you who could be joining us now. They are on the move. They are always 80 number. We got 4 here, and 2 are not with us. We lost them 3 days ago, and one of those 2, we think she is just about to pop up, if she hasn't done that by now. The very first female walking there is called Kito, K-I-T-O. She's leading the pride of 4. They got 2 sub-adult males who we think by now they have left and maybe living a bit of nomadic life, looking for males to join with to form a coalition, because since they got here last month, I haven't seen those 2 young lions from this particular pride that we call the Marsh Pride.
We have followed up with our buffalo herd. A few of these individuals are giving us a bit of an evil eye. They're moaning and groaning at us, wondering why are we staring at them. So buffalo are herbivores. They're ruminants and do predominantly graze. And why buffalo are so important for the environment? Because they feed on both tall and short grass. course, they prefer tall grass as they possess the ability to digest this very long and fibrous grass, which some herbivores cannot digest. So they almost go in and feed on the kind of thicker vegetation that other herbivores would not be able to feed on. And their hooves act as little, almost like when you're plowing a land, when you're clearing land and opening up the soil. So their hooves help to aerate the soil. They introduce nitrates and manure back into the ground. And of course, they get rid of that very thick grass layer that not many other herbivores would be able to eat. This one buffalo cow has very rounded horns, almost like little Mickey Mouse ears.
Got some sleepy buffaloes here, snoozing amongst the flowers. It really does slow things down. Bump into a herd of buffalo like this, they are very relaxed. Female on the left is enjoying chewing the cud. It almost looks like she's salivating all over those lips. Scotty, I mean, how do you know if your presence is not welcomed by any animal? If you approach an animal and they're fast asleep, you can be pretty certain, or if they remain fast asleep, you can be pretty certain that they're not concerned. Animals that stare at you and run away, if they run away, you've gotten too close. If they stare at you, switch off and wait. Don't go any closer. But if you approaching animals and they are like this, well, you can probably go a little bit closer. Obviously, always bear in mind the comfort of the animal. Any animal that is not comfortable with you will show visible signs. You might not always know what to look for, but there will be a change in the behavior. If you see an animal from a distance and something changes in their behavior because you're approaching, then you must just stop.
Well, look at this, everybody. Now finally you get Tlalamba lying down nice and relaxed for us. This is amazing. Here in the Molawati drainage line. There's a Nyala that's making its way slowly but surely towards Tlalamba. So Tlalamba is watching this Nyala bull that's slowly, pretty much unaware of her presence. But she's closing her eyes, but I think she's going to pick up on that Nyala very, very shortly. And it's going to be very interesting to see what she does. So her youngster, Shapondo, she's now a year and 8 months. And 8 months. And her daughters should be now becoming more independent and starting to do her own thing. And now she's going to go into heat very soon now. Again, give and take the next few months. She'll start going into heat again. And then she's going to be looking for a male to mate with.
Who you? Wow, look at that. I mean, back in their mind, they know if the giraffes should follow them, or rather, if the lions would follow them, that's how they would survive. Run for your life, run for your life. Because the last two now, like they're racing against each other. And Mulava, always wonderful to hear your name, and you are enjoying that run of those giraffes. Maybe they're trying to imagine the time the lions or the predators will come for them. They'll have trained enough, their muscles will be in good shape, and they can take off and survive the predators. The biggest concerns for giraffes are lions. But once in a while, in Mulava, we have seen some big, huge male leopards here hunting baby giraffes. though that's quite rare. But yeah, some of the males here, male leopards in the Mara, have been known to hunt very big prey.
Look at all that food in that mouth. It's going to disappear soon. And you're going to watch it slowly go down the little corner of her neck, and then you're going to see her cheek full up again. Chew, 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 chew. Now swallow. Because so they do. Oh my goodness me. My man, do you mind? What's the story? Oh. How the roles have reversed. Oh, he didn't like that. His neck went straight up. He's like, oh, I don't know about this one. But yeah, because so they do. Giraffes do have 4 chambered stomachs. I'm sorry. Sheesh.
Water, any sort of water point will never disappoint you out here in the wilderness. And you can see the amount of hippos there. The ones you can see and the ones you can see the nostrils and ears is anything like 60 of them. Margie, you're saying you love watching hippos, and I'm sure Marcel is going to show you a small little baby also saying, I can also walk to the bank. Margie, there you are. Look at that tiny baby. Comfortably, slowly and surely out of the water. And that's a lot of courage because she is on her own. I mean, I'm sure the mother is keeping some tabs or eyes on her, but I'm very impressed to see that teeny opening her mouth now. Maybe she's trying to impress the mother. Mom, I'm soon becoming independent.
Here we go, everybody. We got the Nkuhuma cubs, 4 of them. This is brilliant. Aren't they so adorable? 4 little cubbies. So yeah, and then Nzengas have been with these females. So a lot of the guides, and I agree, I think the Nzenga males, 2 male lions, is pretty much the fathers of these youngsters. This is boom shakalaka, everybody. This is amazing. Some of them going to nurse a bit. So of course Auntie came here, but you can see she's also lactating, so she's the one that lost the cubs. So, but at least she's carrying milk, so if they do need to suckle, they can even suckle from Aunt. Yep, yeah, there we go. Suckle from Aunt. I'll see if she's going to allow that little one to suckle there. That one's smiling.
So we've got 2 youngsters there next to that mama, and both of them are scratching each other. One slightly bit younger, say by about 2 weeks, but that one is the youngest. Full of energy to jump up and down. These are the olive baboons. Ken and Gal, you're saying you love baboons. Ken and Gal, now I can tell you 100% it is a boy. I've seen the genitalia now very clearly. I like how he is agile and like he's on a theater, doing theatrics, scratching himself, getting some glass blades, throwing them in the mouth, out of the mouth. He's just looking for playmate. Nobody wants to play with him, unfortunately.
We've got ourselves another big elephant who's completely ripped this poor bush willow out of the ground. Roots and all. There was like a string of roots that went in four or five different directions. And he's completely dismantled it now. Completely. It looked like he was going to try and eat on it like a... what is a spiky meal? A spiky meal. I was gonna say lollipop, but it's not really a lollipop. It's like I don't know. It's like funny candy for him, and he's enjoying it. He's enjoying it, using his tusks to break off little pieces. Look at that. How clever is that? His tusks are not long, but they are thick. Britain, Texas. It is. I suppose you could say that. A massive toothpick. Although if those little bits of root were going in between his teeth, I'd be worried about the gap in between his teeth, how big his teeth are. The root canal. Cam says it's a root canal. Could be. Could be.
We had some family, a mother and two calves at the very beginning, and now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 25. I mean, a huge herd of elephants. One of the largest elephants I've seen here in the recent past. And talk of a parade of elephants. And we agree with Marcel, it's one of the largest group of elephants we have seen together since we got to the Mara a couple of weeks back. See, the tucks looking pretty clean. They've been in the marsh the whole day. And if you look at the direction they're taking, it looks a bit raised. So they're going to higher grounds. Possibly they might resume here tomorrow, maybe not.
Here we have officially got some off-white rhinoceroses. Their colour derived from the soil, the mud. You can see the colour of the earth where their feet are. Small water bodies nearby would have that coloration mud, and that is what leads to the colour. Many people ask white and black rhino, why are they called that? And that's got nothing to really do with their colour. They're both grey animals after a wash. Oh, down we go. When the numbers were greater than they are now, they're quite social. There's records of them being in the 25-30 mark together. That is a proper garden service. But it's nap time. The one on the right isn't fully mature. The ears constantly scanning.
We've got some Coke's hartebeest in front of us, as well as some little Thompson's gazelles that are also hiding out of the wind. So these Coke's hartebeest are a medium-sized antelope. The males can stand about 117 to 124 centimeters. So they're quite tall, these antelope. They're different from the topee in that, have a look at their horns. They go straight out to the side and up, as opposed to the topee that's horns curve straight over the back of their head. So this is a new antelope for me, but their distribution, they are native to Kenya as well as Tanzania. They're found in these open grassland areas as well as open plains or lightly wooded grassland areas. So they are quite social antelope. They do live in these family groups. I do love how these Coke's hartebeest and the topee also assert their dominance by standing up on little termite mounds, like little sentries, looking out, letting other males know that this is their turf, their area. Also good little spots for looking for predators. Just having a look. I think there was one or two topee in this group, but they seem to have moved away. One of these hartebeests is giving us a good old stare.
We have a snuck skin here. Obviously, this is the molt of the snake skin. You know, they lose their skin every once in a while. But basically what happens with the snake itself is a fluid that forms underneath the skin, allowing the separation from the old skin and the new skin. And then obviously they've got to rub up against something to slowly start loosening it, and that usually starts at the head. And a thorn tree is perfect because at the bottom here where the tail is, it's actually got a little bit hooked. The thorn, you'll see the thorn has gone right through the skin there, and that's probably held the skin back, allowing the snake to continue to slither and completely slither out through its skin.
We have followed up with our lionesses. They were still lying next to their termite mound, grooming each other. Now they've moved across out into this marshy open area, checking out the buffalo. But the buffalo know that these lionesses are here. Well, most of them do. There's a few female or cow buffaloes. Oh, have a look. They're stalking one of these buffalo cows. I'm just going to put my head down here. Now, this buffalo cow came walking right around us, and I don't think she knew that these lions were right here. One of these lionesses is stalking. Wow. She's chasing the lions. Oh, wow, exciting. So one of the lionesses took a chance to try and stalk up on one of the buffalo cows, and the cow turned around and chased both of these lions away. I think they were honestly just taking chances. The rest of the buffalo have stood their ground and decided to show the lions who is boss. Hey ladies, hey girls. You're not taking a buffalo down today.
I've been looking at this particular one, female here, and not that she's not okay, but she doesn't look in what top condition of the other three lionesses that you can see below her. And I think it's more of age. If you'll have a chance to look at the other two there, just compare the two and see. So currently here we have Kito, Lola, and Kaleo. And we also have Nusurika. So I'm thinking the one on top there that we can see is Kito. And she has been like managing this particular pride for a very long time. Sometimes we make a joke and call her the powerhouse. She makes very important decisions. Not sure who would take over maybe after her demise.
We thought we'd just slow things down here with a giant leopard tortoise, and I've wondered, and I had to do some research to find out why leopard tortoises are so big down here compared to the Kruger. I mean, I've never seen a tortoise in a Kruger anywhere near the size of this, and the research indicates that here in the Eastern Cape we are at the southern extent of the leopard tortoise's range. So generally these species reach their maximum size at their northern and southern edges, and so this is the southernmost area of their geographical range, and areas with more moisture and more vegetation, like the Eastern Cape, offers more consistent and varied diet. So this leads to more robust growth compared to the hotter, dry areas like the Kruger. And down here the soil is potentially better, and the plant life in certain areas here in the south may provide greater access to food as well as water. As we know, up there in the summer months it's green, but in the winter it's generally quite dry. Down here it's always quite varied and quite green, quite juicy. So this individual can get up to 70 centimeters and up to 40 kilograms. It's the only tortoise apparently known to be able to actively be able to swim, which I think is fascinating.
Well, we have sort of done a little bit of a circle around this Malelwane River, and we thought we might ramp it up a little bit just to try and, increase our search ground. And we've got a certain bird in the sky who's got a very nice bird's eye view of basically everything that we are kind of wanting to have a look at. And you can see there's the Malelwane River that runs down the left-hand side of the screen, and then a lot of game trails that run sort of parallel with it. You can see there's an impala standing on the left-hand, far bottom right-hand side of the screen. And that guy, I don't know, are you alone there? Have you got someone potentially stalking you? What's happening? Oh, there's two of them actually. Peace to you. Absolutely, these drone views are spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. And you imagine now, in a few weeks' time, all of this is going to be green. All of this is going to be green, and we might even have a little bit of water trickling down there, depending on how much rain we receive.
Lovely orange sky for the end of the day. We've just missed the sun setting in the west, but it's been probably one of the nicest days I've experienced here this stint, weather-wise, temperature-wise. Almost makes one feel in the Eastern Cape that spring is here. Don't want to speak too soon though. Guinea fowls calling for the night. People in Cape Town are really enjoying a very nice sunset over the ocean now.
As you can see, nature never fails to deliver something magical. We hope you enjoyed the Safari Catch Up. We'll see you on the next one.